Hello everyone. Today I am going to revise you the second unit of data structure using C, that is files. So these are the important questions from question papers. So let's see the first question. Define file and explain how to open a file. So let's see the first definition of file. A file is a collection of records. In a generalized form, a file of a size n has n items or n records in a sequence where a record is a collection of one or more fields. So let us see the example of a file. Assume that we have a file student.dat having the contents like roll number, name, marks, where you can insert many records like first John, name is John, roll number 1, and then marks is 6. So like that you can insert many records into the file. Let's understand the declaration of file. So to declare a file, we need a file star file pointer example file star fp. File, which is written in a capital letter. File is a structure which is defined in stdio.h file, where fp is a file pointer variable which contains the address of the structure file. So let's see now how to create or how to open in a file. So file can be created and opened with this syntax. File pointer is equal to f open. In the bracket you can take the two parameters in double quotes, that is first one file name and second parameter is mode, where the file name is the name of the file which you want to create or open. So here the mode can be read mode, write mode or append mode. Let's see the next question, that is explain different file modes. So there are different file modes are there, mainly three main modes are there: read mode, write mode and append mode. So the read mode is indicated by R, small case r. So this R mode opens the file in a read mode. If the file does not exist, then it will create a new file. With this, one more option comes, that is R plus, which allows you to read as well as to write into the file. Second mode, that is write mode, which is indicated by small w. W opens a file in a write mode. If the file does not exist, then it will create a new file. With this, W plus option allows you to read as well as to write and modify into the file. Third mode, that is append mode, which is indicated by small case a. Using a opens the file in append mode. If the file does not exist, then it will create a new file. With a plus, it allows you to read as well as to write into the file, but here you cannot modify the records into the file. So these are the important file modes are there. Let's see the next question. Explain how to handle errors during I/O operations. So while handling the files, we may come across many kinds of errors. So error means what? Whatever, suppose you have, when you are writing a program and you have done some mistakes. At that time when you compiling, the program will not get executed. Then that is called as errors. So there are some errors are there, like reading the files beyond the end of file. Means what? After beyond means the contents, after whatever the contents are there in file, beyond that you are trying to read, then it is not possible. Then next one is reading a file which is not open only. Means you are trying to read the content of one file which is not open only. The third one is opening a file with the wrong file name. Means that file name is not there and you are trying to open. At that time you will get the error. Then performing illegal types of operation on the opened file, which is not legal one, so that you cannot perform it. The next, writing a write protected file, means you open one particular file where you don't have permission to write into that file and you are trying to write it into that, then definitely will get the error there. If such errors occurring in your file when you're handling the file handling programs, then the program will terminate abnormally and you will not get the errors. Then which kind of, there are two functions are there like FEOF and FERROR. These two functions which are used to deal with the IO errors. IO means input and output errors in the file. FEOF stands for file end of file, which is used to detect the end of the file. For that, the syntax is FEOF in the parenthesis pass the file pointer. Next function is FERROR. File error function is used to detect the error which is occurring in the file. Let's see the next question, that is explain formatted input output functions. So there are various IO operations on a file are performed by these functions. So there are, I have listed here function names and I have given the description in the table. The first function is fopen. Fopen means file open. It creates the file or it opens the already existing file. Second function fclose. Fclose is a file close which closes the file which is open for the using purpose. Then getC. getC is a reads the character. C means character. So it is reading the character from the file. Then putC. Like getC, the putC means you are writing a character to the file. Fprintf is writing the record to the file. Scanf means reading a record from a file. GetW. W indicates the integer number here. So it reads an integer from the file. PutW writes an integer to the file. Next function fseek. Fseek is used to set the position at desired point in the file. Then next one ftell. It returns the current position from the file. Then last one rewind. It sets the position to the beginning of the file. Wherever cursors are there in your file, it brings back to the beginning of your file. So let's see the next question, that is write a C program to copy one file to another using command line argument. So here I have taken the two header files, that is #include stdio.h and second one is #include stdlib.h. stdlib.h is standard library.h. So command line arguments means what? The command line parameters or arguments are the parameters that are passed to the function main when the program is invoked. These parameters are passed by operating system to the programs. The command line parameters appear at the prompt, at C prompt, and hence is the name given as the command line parameters. So here in command line parameters, in the main function we passes the arguments, that is int argc, character star argb. So when using the command line arguments, always check that an argument exists by using argc before attempting to access the arguments. A common mistake is that we forget to include the name of the program as invoked in the command line arguments. So here we have taken variables character ch, then file, where we have declared the two file pointers *fp1 and *fp2. Then we are checking the condition argc is not equal to 3. Then print insufficient arguments, then exit. Then come out from the loop. Then fp1, that's file pointer 1, opening a file first time in a reading mode. Then if file pointer is pointing to the null, then print source file does not exist, else then fp2 is opening a file for the writing purpose, where you are copying the content of first file to the second file, where you have to put C. Then after copying stores the both file pointers or both files which are pointing to the two different files, then print that content of the file is copied. So as you can see here, the output. Next question, that is C program to count the number of characters in a given file. Now we are counting the number of characters which are there in a file. So here we have taken the file star fp1 star file pointer. Then for counting purpose we have taken the integer variable, that is count is equal to 0, one character variable ch. Then fp file pointer is first opening the file, that is ds underscore exp6.c in a reading mode. Then after opening the file, we are checking whether it contains the data or no. If it is not contains any contents, then it will print file does not exist. Then else, while cf is equal to fc, fp is not equal to end of file, then we are reading and then we are counting here the characters and then printing in a printf statement that number of characters percentage the count and print. So here in that file, number of characters are 285. So this is the important question from the second unit. Thanks.
So now we'll see the next question, that is differentiate text mode and binary mode files. So you know the files. File is a nothing but what? File is a collection of related data where we are going to store the information into the files. So here there are different type of files are there. Now we'll see in that types, text mode files and a binary mode files. So what is a text file? So the text file contains text data. Means what? Textual data is there in a file, like name of the person, name of students, or any kind of information in a textual format. Where in the binary file contains the data in the form of binary. So what is meant by binary? Already you have studied binary systems. Binary, it is but nothing but a zeros and one forms. So the text file here does not contains the graphical data. In a textual data, what? Here graphical data. Graphical means pictorial data, it is not there. But when you compare to the binary files, the binary file can store the data such as text, graphics, image and sounds. Means what? Binary files comparing to the text file, it stores all kind of data where you can store the pictures, photos, images or the some pictorial representations. Even you can store the sound in a binary files when you compare to the text file. Now third difference, that the text files can be directly read and interpreted. Means here there is no required any compiler or interpreter to convert it, because it is already in a readable format. So directly you can read the data in a text files. So when you compare to the binary files, it cannot be read directly, because you know binary files are in the form of zeros and ones. So at that time you have to take the help of some tools in the binary file and it can be read them. For example, hexdump. So hexdump is used to read the binary files. So here you require the converter where it converts that data in the form of zeros and ones. So it can convert that data in a human readable format. But here when you are thinking or text files, there you did not require any interpreter or compiler because it is already in a readable format. The fourth difference, that is the text files are not executable files here. It is not a executable because of data is already in a original format. But when you see the binary file, it can be a executable files. Okay. So this is the differentiate between the text file and the binary files. So next question we'll see now, that is a program, C program, to create a file that contains at least 5 records, which consists of book number, then book name, author, publisher and price. So we'll start the writing program by taking the header files. First header file is #include stdout.h file, then #include stdlib.h file. So as you know that whenever we write any C programs, we will take this header files. So stdio.h file, which supports the standard input output functions, and here stdlib.file, which supports the library functions. So here I have taken the structure book as a structure. So what is mean by structure, dear students? That already I have explained in the class. What is a structure? Structure is nothing but the collection of the different variables which are having the different data types. So here what is the name of our structure? Here I had took the structure book. So what is the name of the structure here? Book is a structure which contains the different members. These are the members which are having the different data types. So which are the data types? You already studied in the C that there are different data types are there, like integer, character, float, double. So here we are used some data types, that int number is there, so it is integer, character name which contains the 20 size name is having the array of character which of 20. Then character author, which is array of 15 characters. Then character pub is a array of 12 characters. Then floating point data type which takes the price. So here by closing the brace and semicolon we are closing the structure book. Okay. So now in the main function, void main, where return type of main function is what? Void. So in the main function, we are reading the structure variable, that is book. So one variable we have taken, that is a structure variable B, which is of array of 5 characters. So now next line you can see the one more variable we have taken, that is integer I. Now next line you can see the 5 star FP. So what is this file? File gives the structure of two different files, and it is reading the FP. FP is nothing but what? File pointer. And you can star, asterisk mark, or you can say star. So I have explained that the star is called as asterisk in C. This indicates it is nothing but it is a file pointer and it is a pointer variable. So already I explained what is a file pointer. A file pointer is a pointer which stores the particular files names. Okay. So now this FP is opening file in a writing mode. So what fopen command is opening this book.txt. What is this book.txt? Book.txt is a textual text file where we are opening this file in a writing mode. Fopen function, what it will do? It is opening the file in a writing mode. So a file pointer is opening now or creating a file in a book.txt. Now what we are doing here in the next line, we are checking the condition that FP is file pointer is pointing to the null. So what is that? If file pointer is pointing to the null, what it indicates that in your file nothing is there. So at that time we are printing on the screen, that is file cannot be created and directly you are coming out. Else if FP is having or you have opened file now, then printing the details of your books. So how many details we are printing? The here B of file is means 5 details or 5 records we are printing here. Now to print that 5 records we are using the for loop. Now for loop what will do? It will start reading or it will start taking the records from 0 to 5. So by scanf, what we are doing, we are inputting these all values. So percentage D is the integer, percentage S takes the string values, and percentage F will take the floating point value. So scanf is a inputting function or input statements. So b of I dot number, it will take the number, it will take the name, it will take the author name, then publisher name, and then price of that particular book. Now what fprintf will do? Now we are printing to the file. Whatever inputted data is there now, it is printed into the files. Okay. And after printing, we are closing the file pointer. So the file is closed now. Now again we are printing that 5 book details are saved. So here even you can see the output of this particular file. Here we have entered the details of 5 books. We have entered the details of 5 books. You can see there the 5 books are theirs, then name Satish, then publisher name Sapna, and then price is this. So here this is the output you can see in for that this particular program. Okay, so next we'll see the question, that is question number 9. List and explain input output function of a file. So here the various IO operations are there. Already I have explained in the class. There are different input output functions are there, like writing character to the file, reading character to the file. So now we'll see that in detail. The first function is writing a character to the file, or first operation. So syntax for this. Now whenever you want to write a character to the file, syntax fput c. So fput c is a function which writing a character. So what this fput c function takes the 2 parameters. The first parameter is a character which you are writing to the file, and then second the file pointer which points the character. So for example, suppose we have a character that is ch which is having a value a. Now this we need to write into the file. What you are writing here, ch is equal to a, ch contains the character a. So now how will write that? You see this syntax. What the syntax is telling? That you have to put c in the parenthesis. You can take first as a parameter as a character and second is a file pointer. Now what we want to write into the file, that is ch. So now first you have to take fput c. Now which character we are writing? Ch. So take the ch, and then second parameter is the fp. So you have to always note that if the file is opened, in which mode you have to open the file? In a write mode. Whenever you are opening your file in a write mode, then only you can overwrite the contents of the entire file and write the only character we want to write it. So to write it at the end of the file, open file in a plus mode. Whenever you want to write at the end of the file, which mode you have to open? A plus file. Suppose you want to overwrite anything, you have to open in a write mode. So now as you have in example, what you are writing? You are writing the ch character into the file which is being pointed to the file pointer. What ch contains? Now you are writing a into the particular file. So understood how to write a character to the file by using fput c function. So the next function we see, that is reading a character from a file. So for this the syntax is get c. In the parenthesis only one argument we are passing, that is file pointer. So what this get c function will do? It is reading a character from your file. So example, now we have taken the data type, that is character, variable is ch. Now ch is equal to get c. What this get c will do? It is reading the character from the file. which is being pointed by this file pointer. Okay. The third function, that is writing string to the file. Now how we are seeing the reading a character or writing the character like that, we have to write the string now. So what is a string? A string nothing but it is a collection of characters which makes a string. Okay. If only one letter is there, that it is called as a character. If the n number of letters are there, then it is called as a string. So let's see the syntax for this. F put C is the name of the function which is writing the character. Okay, so which is writing the string, not a character. So it is F put instead of C, how to write here? Yes. Then string is the first parameter and then file pointer is the second parameter. So you can see here example. Suppose you have a string, like here we have taken one the character S of blank array, which can we here you are storing the string like in a double quotes. Always you have to store the string. So which string we are storing here? A, B, C, D. So now which string we want to write into the file? A, B, C, D. Then we have to write it as a function name indicates here. You have to put S, then write the character name, that is S, and then comma and then file pointer. So what S contains? A, B, C, D. So this A, B, C, D we are writing into the file which is being pointed by the file pointer. So this above operations, what it will do? It is writing the string A, B, C, D to the file which is being pointed by this file pointer, that is FP. So the fourth function, that is reading string from a file. So how to read the string now? Now we are reading the string by using the function fgetS. So what is the function name here? Already I have explained in the class. What is this function name? Is fgetS. So here you can pass the arguments. The first three arguments we are passing here. The first argument is a string address, comma length, and then last the file pointer. So let's see this example to understand that. First we are taking character of it is, then fgetS, yes comma 79 comma ft. Why we are reading this 79? Because always the characters start from the 0 to 79 means it is string we are reading, which is stored in this S parameter which is being pointed by this file pointer. So next function, that is writing an integer to the file. So already you know how to write the string, how to write the character. Now it's the same, the function name is there instead of S, instead of C. So already you know how to write the integer by this W word. Instead of C or instead of S, what you have to use here now? F put W is a function name which writing an integer to your file. So here there are two parameters we are passing for this function. First is an integer, comma, second is a file pointer. The first argument takes the integer, the second is your file pointer. So example, let's see the example, students. Suppose now if we want to write a number to the file. Now what we are doing? We are writing a number to the file. Then how will write that? By taking one integer variable, that is num, where we assign the value is 10 numbers. So first take the name of the function, that is f put w, and here what we have passed now? First the num, that is what num contains? The 10 integer numbers, and then who will point that? The file pointer will point that. So this above operation, what it will do? They are writing the 10 numbers to your file which is being pointed by your file pointer. So always the file pointer will point those numbers. Okay. So the next sixth input output of function is what? Reading integer from a file. So here fgetW is what? The function name which reads the integer from the file. So how you are reading that? Through the file pointer. Only one argument you are passing here, that is a file pointer. So let's see the example, that num is equal to fgetW fp. So fgetW is reading the integer from the file pointer which is pointing to the particular file. Okay. So let's see the next question, that is program using putW and getW. So in the previous question only I explained what is meant by this putW function will do and getW function will do. So what this putW will do? Yes, here we are writing an integer number and through the getW we are reading an integer. So first I have declared the header files here. These are the three header files are there. First header file is what? stdio.h, which supports the standard input output of the file. The second one is what? It supports the conio.h header. So this what is conio.h file? It supports the function what you are seeing this clrscr. What is the name indicates this? clrscr is a nothing but it is a clear screen function. Whenever you get the output screen, at that time it will clear that screen. Okay, and this has include header io.h header file which supports the putW or getW functions. Okay, input output file function it will support. Now here I have taken the main function which is having the return type called void. Void is what? Return type. And this is the main function which is having the opening close parentheses. So now the next is what? File star fp. As you know, the file is gives the structure of a file where file is having one variable called star fp. What is meant by star fp? Star fp is a pointer, file pointer. Which type of it is variable it is? It is a file pointer. Now the next line you can see it is a what? Integer variable, that is a roll number. What is integer variable? Is a roll number. So the next one is character fname, where this is the character type. Data type is what? Character, and fname is a file name. It is having the array of characters used to store the string value. So how many string value are storing here? 40. So the clrscr is what? Clearing the output screen. The next you can see the line, that is printf is the output statement. What we are printing here? Enter the file name. So we are entering the particular file name. How it is being entered? By this getAs file name function. So what this getAs file name will do? The file name is now stored in the fname. What? This file name where you are storing? The file name you are storing in the fname variable. So we open the entered file in a write mode. So now this fp, the statement you can see fp is equal to fopen function which opens the file in a writing mode. What you are doing here? We are opening this fname, where fname is contains the name of the file. So we are opening this file in a writing mode using fopen function. So now fp is returning the file pointer which is assigned to the file pointer. So if the file pointer, if the entered file pointer does not exist, then fopen cannot open it. Hence it returns a null pointer. Suppose now file pointer is directly pointing to the null. Means what? It does not contain any data. So directly what it will do? It will return to a null pointer which is assigned to the file pointer. So in the next part, if file pointer is equal to null, we are checking what we are doing. If fp is equal to null, we are checking whether the fp file pointer is null or not using the if statement. By using the if statement, we are checking whether file pointer is pointing to the null or not. If it is pointing to the null, then you cannot open the file and directly it will return. Okay. So if fp file pointer is not null, then we are printing the message. So now here what this percentage yes will do, here we are percentages, this is called placeholder. This percentage s is a placeholder. We substitute file name in the place of this percentage yes, and then we can directly terminate this. Otherwise, file pointer is not equal, then it indicates that fopen function successfully in write mode. So we are reading some roll number and writing it to the file. So now if it is not null, then we are entering the roll number and we are writing into the file through the file pointer. By the put w, we are writing roll number into the file here, and then we are closing the particular file. Understood what you have done here? The file pointer is not pointing to the null, then read the roll number, and by the help of put w function, we are writing into the file and then we are closing that particular file. Okay, so put w function takes the two parameters here. As you can see here, it's taking the two parameters. The first parameter is what? Roll number, and then first parameter is the roll number, the second parameter is the file pointer. Okay, and then by using the function fclose, we are closing the file pointer, so which is taking as a parameter to next to display. So the content that we have written to the file, let us open that now. Whatever we are printed in the file, that is the roll number, now we are opening with that. So now how we are opening a file? By using fopen, we are opening the file name in a reading mode. So file in a read mode using fopen function. So as we can see here, fopen is taking the file name as a fopen is taking the file name as a first argument or parameter, and the second argument is a mode. Which is mode here? As I have explained in the class, there are different type of modes are there: writing mode, reading mode. So which mode this is? This is the reading mode. Okay. So yeah, which indicates the read mode here. So fopen will open file in a read mode and returning the file pointer that is assigned to the fp. So to read the value from the file, we are using the getW. Now to read this file name, what we are doing, which function we are reading here? GetW. So the contents of the file which is pointed by the file pointer, that is fp, it is going to read the roll number to that was stored in the file. So the value returning by the getW is assigned to the variable roll number. So here value is assigned to the roll number using the printf statement. We are displaying the value of the roll number. See here by the printf, what we are doing, we are displaying the value of roll number, and finally we are closing the file which is being pointed by the file pointer, that is f by, and then get ch will read the character, and then nothing is reading in this parameter, then it will directly return, and then we are ending the main function. So this is understood. So this is the program where we are use the two function, that is put w and getW. PutW will write the character into the file. GetW will read the character into the file. So thanks for listening me. Thank you. So this is the revision of the second